Sorry, I'm just feeling a bit lightheaded at the moment. The President of China, huge Jim Tao, Hu Jintao, huge Jim Tao. You know, I've been trying to learn Chinese, and I've got my own way of doing it. You know, I just have word pictures, so if someone says, you know, thank you, I go, shishi ni, you know, shishi ni, shake, shake ni, shake, shake ni. So then I was trying to remember, you know, how are you? So I've got, how. So ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. And then I have a picture of my mother here. So, you know, ni hao ma, ni hao ma. But can anyone tell me the Chinese for translate? Can you tell me the Chinese for translate? Yeah, well, I've got a great picture for that, but I'm not showing you it. You know, Fanny. You know, I find that since I've come to Beijing, I've become, you know, very racist, actually. What happens is I'm walking along the road, and then a tuk-tuk is going along, and I start running after it. I chase after it to see if I can beat it to the lights. And, you know, I've been doing more and more training. I'm going to enter the Beijing Marathon. That's how racist I've become. So I'm going to... This is a new song. I haven't written it yet. I'll start with this is a traditional Chinese old melody, very traditional Chinese old melody. It's called tuning. So I'll sing a song now. It's actually in Chinese. I hope you understand it. You know, so. 哎呀，我的车刚被偷了，我的车刚被偷了，他一会儿就不见了。我的车刚被偷了，他一会儿就不见了，钥匙还在里面呢。我的车刚被偷了，他一会儿就不见了，钥匙还在里面呢。谢谢你，谢谢你。Right. Thanks for giving me the clap. You're too drunk. So this next song is an instrumental, and it catalogues a man's desperate, you know, bid, you know, for freedom. And so picture the lonely prisoner in his cell, and he doesn't know when he's going to get released. And, you know, a cake arrives, and so he opens up the cake, and there's a file inside the cake. And this, I'll just have to check. And this, you know, catalogues his sort of, his, you know, his desperate, you know, thing for freedom. He's got the file. That's it, he's failing to get out. So, you know, I went for some khao ya in Beijing, and so the waiter came over and he brought a pot. So I'm looking at the pot, and suddenly the lid went up and there was two eyes, and then the lid went back down, and then the lid went back up, and there was 2 eyes. And I said to my friend, "What's that?" And he said, "It's Peking duck." And, but the thing was that my friend, you know, you're always a bit apprehensive what you're going to eat in China, and so my friend, you know, he ate the food, but it was a lot worse for me because I had to get the bill. The bill we're talking about. Right. I've noticed amongst the Laowais in Beijing, I don't know why, there seems to be a lot more guys. You know, guys seem to stay longer. But then I thought about it and I thought maybe guys prefer BJs. BJs? Right, I'm teaching at the university in Haidian, and honestly, it's driving me mad there, you know, because they always phone at the last minute about classes. They're always late in paying. So at that university, I just feel I'm losing my faculties. So I've decided to set up my own business, my own teaching business. I've got some premises. So I'd like to show you a photograph of my headquarters. This is my headquarters. This is my headquarters here. Okay. Just sorry, excuse me. I'm not using that. It's old material. But I think it's strange, you know, to have a comedy club in a library. You know, when we were young, we were always told you have to be quiet in the library. And in Scotland, where I'm from, in the north of Scotland, there's a lot of villages. And so they have mobile libraries that go with the books, you know, from village to village. And so the guy was driving the mobile library, and he ran over this old woman on a bicycle. And the old woman is lying on the ground screaming because he's broken her arm, he's broken her leg, and she's screaming. And the guy immediately jumps out the mobile library and he goes, "Shh." And, there was a friend of mine when I was at school. He was confused about his sexuality. And so in those days, you couldn't Google, etc., to find out. So he went along to the library and he says to the librarian, "You know, I'm confused about my sexuality. You know, is there a book that you could recommend?" He goes, "Well, we've got an advance sort of notice of this book. The problem is it hasn't come out yet." And he said, "But there's a couple over there in the closet, you know, you could use." You know, I was speaking to my mum, and she says, "Are you not coming home for Christmas?" And I says, No, I'm not coming home." And she says, "Will you not miss the baby Jesus and the three kings?" And I said, "Well, you know, I can go to Carrefour, I get the baby cheeses, no problem. And, you know, I've got smoking, drinking, and fucking anyway, so." Right, I've got another joke, but I actually feel embarrassed telling it, so I'm going to go behind the thing here, because I don't want to see your reaction. So, you know, my mate, you know, he's always been into tractors, and he was really, really annoying as a kid. You know, he used to come into school with magazines, you know, The Tractor Factor, you know, Tractor Monthly, that sort of thing. Then he left school and he got a job in a garage, and he started buying these old tractors, doing them up. The street outside full of tractors, the neighbours weren't happy. He starts going out with this girl, and he decides, this is the right girl for me. And she says to him, "Look, we can get married, but there's one thing, you've got to give up those tractors. I'm absolutely sick of it. Morning, noon, and night, all you talk about is tractors. So very reluctantly, you know, he gives up the tractors. And then his life's better, you know, years pass. It's actually 5 years later. He's walking along the street and, you know, he hears this screaming and he looks up, and on the 5th floor, there's a woman holding a baby and there's fire all around. And so, you know, he takes a deep breath and he sucks in the fire. You know, from 5 floors down, he sucks in the fire. He saves the baby's life, and the bystanders in the maze, they said, "How did you manage to suck in the fire from 5 floors down?" And he goes, "It's easy, I'm an ex-tractor fan." Okay. Thanks a lot. I've been Hugh Reid, you've been the audience. Good night.
What do you say after that? Suck more is what you say. Hugh Reid and his fabulous bag of puns. One more time, everybody.